game from a couple of nights ago?
No, I didn't. Was it good?
Okay, so the Rockets are basically dominating the majority of the game. They went up by, something like 18 points, 15 points, something big. Near the fourth quarter, it was like 7:50 left in the game. Rockets were up by 15, and Harden went for a dunk. And it was a clear dunk that counted, but it was a dunk that, it went down and then it went back through the hoop. It was kind of a weird situation, but it clearly should have counted, but it bounced back up and went back through the hoop. Ended up going out of bounds. That was counted as not counting. That was said it did not account by the officials. They didn't give them the points in a clear dunk that counted. The Rockets would go on to lose the game in double overtime by 2 points. So, what the Rockets have done is Rockets have to officially protest the loss due to his dunk not counting. What they're trying to do for this is they're trying to have a situation where they can replay the final 7:50 of that game.
Wait, what?
Yes. Now this is the fun part where this happens. This has happened one other time. And I believe it was a couple of years ago. It was probably a decade ago, where the Heat had a loss reversed, and they played the final couple minutes of the game due to Shaq fouling out. But Shaq didn't. I guess the foul should not have been called. But by this point, Shaq had already been traded to the Suns.
Oh
so they
my
replayed
God!
The final parts of the game without Shaq, and I believe the Heat went on to win that game.
What the fuck?
Yes, so there's precedent here, and what the Rockets are trying to do is have the final 7:50 replayed of a game that was honestly awesome. The game went in double overtime, 135, 133, but the Rockets have a damn good case, because if that counts, the game would have been even more severely in the Rockets' side, and they literally only lost by 2. So that's what they're going for. They're trying to have the game reversed. And God, I want this to happen. Not because I have any vested interest, and honestly, this game doesn't matter to either playoff team's side. The Rockets are going to get in, and it's looking like the Spurs won't. But, it's one game. Seeding matters a lot.
Apparently.
But,
no
they
hate.
filed it, and the Rockets hope that the final 7 minutes, 50 seconds of the game will be replayed with Houston up by 15 points. And apparently that the sources said that the Rockets have no expectations the league office will award them a win based on Houston actually outscoring San Antonio regulation, which is a possibility raised by a Rocket source in the wake of the loss.
That is
and
hilarious.
Commissioner Adam Silver has up to 5 days after receiving that evidence to issue a ruling.
How many days has it been now since that happened? 3, 4?
It's only been 12 hours.
Because they just
game happened. The game
Okay.
happened a couple days ago, but then they filed the protest.
Okay, because I thought they did it the day of.
Yeah, they officially. Okay, the most recent example of teams replaying part of a game happened on March 8th, 2008, between the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks. In the game on December 19th, the Hawks unofficially won 117-111 in overtime, but the official score incorrectly ruled that Shaquille O'Neal fouled out, so the teams had to replay the final 51.9 seconds when they met next. By this point, Shaq was not on the team.
Shout to Shaq.
Shout Shaq. So there's precedent here, and I want it to happen so much.
I mean, I think it'd be funny. Would it be shown to the public? Would it be televised?
I assume so.
Was the other one televised? Can we find footage of that?
I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find any.
Okay, so I'm going to assume there isn't any available footage. Who knows where they played it or how they played it, but that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if it happens again, I'll be interested for sure. And can you say one more time, what was the play that Harden...
It was a dunk that should have counted that didn't. It went through the hoop and bounced back up through the hoop. But it went through, and it should have counted, but they said it didn't.
Oh, so he threw it down, it bounced so hard it came back up inside?
Something okay, so I guess it Oh man, I really should have sent you the play before we started recording. But anyways, it goes down and then through it, but it doesn't go all the way through the hoop.
I
It
can
bounces
find it quickly here because I got. So I got it. I got the.
Clearly should have counted. Is the overall point.
Okay, I got the game highlights. Okay, I see him freaking out here. I think I found it. Okay, so what is it? Okay, it's 15. Okay, 115. Harden's dribbling up the court. ISO on him. I think he's being defended by Lonnie Walker. Goes right. Takes ball up. Oh wait, no, that was a block. Okay, there's still 0.8 seconds.
No, this was earlier in the game. This is 7:50 left in the game.
Oh, this is early. Oh, this is an earlier play. I thought it was like. I thought it was like a
7:50 in the fourth.
7:50 in the fourth. Okay, so I think. Oh, okay, I found it. Okay, that's weird as shit.
But it did not count, and it should have. That's the overall point.
So it went in. It went through, and it just got pulled up.
Yep.
And what's the NBA ruling or regulation?
They said it didn't count. The officials on the court said it did not count.
What? That's some bullshit.
That is some bullshit. So what the Rockets are trying to do is have that appealed so they can play the final 7 minutes. They can replay it.
So starting at the score of that point, play it?
Yes.
Man, okay. That's wild. I thought it bounced up, but it came back through. Crazy enough though, the Rockets were leading 102-89.
By a lot, yeah. They choked absolutely, but that play should have counted.
Oh, they lost in the last minute, dude. It was 115-107 with 1 minute and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And then the Spurs came back, and then they had a fucking block to prevent Harden's drive. Man, okay, so they did joke, and then they lost in OT to top it off. And they went into a second overtime at that.
Yeah.
And I can't even hate.
Yeah, so that's honestly, the Rockets did get screwed, and that's as fun as it would be, I think that it needs to happen.
Shit, I mean, I guess I'll agree with you. It just sounds like a funny / interesting thing to happen.
It is really interesting, but I don't think the NBA will do anything. There have been many circumstances where something like this has happened. I remember not that long ago, this is probably a year or two ago, the Thunder were playing the Bucks. Giannis steps out of bounds, dunks the ball, they count the dunk, Thunder lose by 1. They didn't overturn it. So, I don't expect the NBA to do anything. I hope they do.